Hello, friends. Welcome to another episode of Grow Dammit, where you're growing with step. I'm going to take you on a journey of the progress of my garden thus far. But before I do, I want you to say hello to my little friends. I collect frogs to put in my garden. Some of them are cool, some of them are cute, some of them are in love, some of them are feel like jumping. So those are my little friends. And I'm gonna take you around here and show you my squash and my cucumbers. My squash is on this side, and as you can see, they've gotten pretty big. I got eggshells in there, and somebody asked me why you put eggshells. For two reasons. Anything that was alive, like if you have eggs and you're gonna scrap the shells, don't throw them away. Put them in your garden. They serve two purposes. Number one, it's good protein for your garden, and number two, it's good for keeping snails out of your garden because they hate anything glassy or so they can't crawl over it, and so they stay out of the garden. They stay out of the way. So that's the two purposes of putting shells in your garden. Now, as you can see, I've already started my cucumbers to run up the trellis, and that's going to look nice because I want these trees to look like they're almost alive. And so I'm going to do the same thing with my squash, and you see how big they've gotten. Now, this second row is my cherry tomatoes, and I haven't seen anything come up out the ground as of yet. And I'm keeping hope alive, hoping that my cherry tomatoes are gonna grow. But I'm probably gonna give it one more week, and if they don't, I'm probably gonna just put something in that spot in the place of it. Now my peppers, I got three different types of peppers. I got bell peppers, I got hot peppers, Medusa peppers, really colorful peppers. And so as you can see, that row of peppers is doing pretty good. I just need for them to strengthen up a little bit, and they're a little leggy right now, a little weak looking, but I think they're gonna do well. And then my watermelon plants, I have two right now, and I had some cantaloupes planted on the other side, but the cantaloupe don't seem to be growing. I've heard that you need to start cantaloupes on the inside and then bring them outside to get a good crop of cantaloupe. But so far, my watermelon plants they're growing like wacky weed. All right, and now I'm going to take you over to my tomato plants and show you what my tomatoes, and I got some more peppers over here in my compost pile. I throw all of my scraps into this pile over here, and I just got a feeling this little section of compost is going to really do well with the peppers. So as you can see, I got about three different types of peppers here, and I've got some zucchini squash growing over here. And my tomato plants, I got the big boy, the big beef, and I have the Mr. Stripey. So this is on the right side, this is gonna be like a yellowish orange striped tomato. And on the left side, it's a big, beautiful, beefy red tomato. And then my peppers are down here. And so in the next episode, what I wanna show you guys is how to propagate, how to take somebody else's plant, pinch it off, or start something that you've already got in your yard or in your garden. I'm going to show you how to root it and then cut it off and then plant it in a pot or into the ground outside. So let me show you this. Let me show you what I got going on. This is a nice plant, and you probably have seen this plant. I don't know the name of this plant, but what I'm doing, as you can see right here, is I'm propagating it. So I'm going to show you what I do and the purpose of this bottle being wrapped around this plant, but I'm not going to go into detail today. But I'm propagating that plant, and I'm also propagating this ivy right here. As you can see, I'm propagating that because ivy is hard to propagate if you don't do it the correct way. And so far, and I'm also propagating this here thorn bush. So I got two pieces that I'm going to eventually cut off right here and right over there. And so I'm probably just going to grow these into a pot. And eventually I want to get to the point where I can have my own greenhouse. And so the quote of the day: in light of what's happening in the world today with a lot of police brutality, I just want to tell y'all that we basically going to have to pray for more love in the world. And love starts with you, not someone else. It starts with you. And so I just want to just show more love to people. And I think that's going to really improve the climate of what we're going through right now. Now, last but not least, I'm going to show you two more things before I go off the air. These are my beans. This is my bean pole. This bean pole is probably about 10 feet tall. And what I've noticed is that they've come to a plateau. They're still growing, but they're growing really, really slow. And I have three types of beans. As you can see, I have my purple hub beans right here. And I can pull these off the vine right now, and they will continue to grow. And the vine is going to continue to grow upwards. And then I have my pole bean right here. And they're really heavy, so I really need to pull them up. But here's I can pick this off the vine. And then I have some onions that I just kind of threw into this garden by default because I had some left over in hopes that they will grow right here. And I'm not sure, but that looks like a corn stalk that's growing up as it gets bigger. We'll know for sure. So I'm not going to mess with that because that is where I planted my corn at. And even if I get 2 stalks of corn, that's good enough for me. So once again, I just want to say, in the climate of the times that we're living in, love starts with you. Show more love to people. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you for another episode of Grow, Damn It.